Hey guys, so let's talk about maybe the most important factor of your trip, and that's where you're going to stay. Now, I'm not here to tell you there's only one right place to stay, even though, full disclosure, I do think my hometown of Kanab is pretty awesome. But let's break down three of the most popular places to stay around here, and then we'll talk about Kanab and why I think it's your best bet. All right, first up, let's talk about Springdale. And Springdale probably gets the most love and the most traffic of all the towns that we're going to talk about today. It sits about 2.5 hours from Las Vegas, from the Las Vegas airport, and that's the nearest international airport, and that's kind of the hub. So it's 2.5 hours from Vegas. It's right at Zion's front door. So if your trip is 100% Zion National Park and you don't want to go see anything else, you're not going to see anything else, then I highly recommend staying in Springdale, because you can just roll right out of bed and onto the shuttle and onto the e-bike and head up the canyon. Now, some of the cons of staying in Springdale: hotels can cost a small fortune, and good luck finding parking during the peak seasons. It's very crowded. And then if you want to explore beyond Zion, you're kind of boxed into the canyon. So if you want to go see Bryce Canyon, if you want to go see the north rim of the Grand Canyon or Horseshoe Bend, those areas, you're going to have to drive a long ways to get out of Zion Canyon to get to those places. But if you're 100% Zion National Park, it's tough to beat Springdale. Number two, let's talk about Bryce Canyon City. As you can see, it sits about 3 hours and 45 minutes from Las Vegas. And if you're driving from Springdale to Bryce Canyon City, it's about a 2-hour drive. The pros for staying at Bryce Canyon City are really similar to Springdale. If Bryce Canyon is kind of one of your main stops or your main stop, it's super close to the entrance of the national park, and you can just, again, roll out of bed, get right into the national park. Some of the cons are the food options are limited up in Bryce Canyon City, and once you've seen Bryce, you'll be driving a lot to get to anything else. So if you have plans to go see Zion, to go see Horseshoe Bend or North Rim, Bryce sits pretty far away, or at least the city does. It sits pretty far away from all of those places. So you're going to be doing a lot of driving. Up next, let's talk about Page, Arizona. As you can see here, it's about just over a 4-hour drive from Las Vegas. And what Page is known for is it's a fun base for Horseshoe Bend, Lake Powell, some Grand Canyon exploration. The pros at staying in Page is there's some cool hotels. They've got boat rentals. They've got the lake. They've got Colorado River, lots of water activities. So all that good stuff. Page is great. But it's kind of far from Zion and Bryce, and you'll end up zigzagging all over the map when you're staying at Page. There's not really a good route when it comes to Page if you're trying to see Zion, Bryce, Grand Canyon, and all the national parks. So before we move on and talk about Kanab, I just want to give this little disclaimer. And I have a lot of people ask me, well, Reese, why can't I just drive to Zion, stay there, drive to Bryce Canyon, stay there, drive to Page, stay there? Why can't I just stay in all of those places? And I always answer and say, you totally can. Like, no problem. A lot of people do Southern Utah that way. It's totally fine. But to give you some context, when I travel, I'm traveling with my wife and 4 kids, and I hate moving around. I hate switching Airbnbs. I hate going to different hotels, unloading, packing up, loading. I like to have a base camp where I can set up, we can unload, get everything ready to go, and then just go out and explore and not have to worry about picking up and moving constantly. So parents with kids, families traveling, you know what I'm talking about. And with that in mind, let's talk about Kanab. There are so many reasons why I would recommend that you stay in Kanab. And I don't have enough time to go over all of those in this video, but I'm going to give you my top 3. So as you can see, Kanab sits about 3 hours away from Las Vegas. Now, I think the biggest reason that you need to stay in Kanab is that it sits right in the middle of all the iconic national parks. So you're about 35 minutes from Zion, you're an hour and 15 minutes from Bryce, an hour and 15 minutes from the Grand Canyon North Rim, and an hour and 15 minutes from Horseshoe Bend, Lake Powell, Colorado River. And so you're sitting pretty much right in the middle of all of these places. Everything that you want to see can be done from Kanab in a day trip or even a half-day trip if you want to keep it short. It's kind of a hidden gem over here. Hasn't been really discovered in its full sense yet, and so traffic is minimal. And even though you will be driving a little ways to get to the different places, each drive to each national park is stunning. Like the things that you're going to see just as you're making your drive there are worth the trip. So you know what they say, location, location, location. Kanab has the location part figured out. The next reason Kanab is a great option is that you get all the good small town vibes, but you have everything you need. We have great restaurants here. We've got multiple grocery stores. All the things that you might not think would be in a small town, you can find them here. On top of the amenities in town, you also have easy access to slot canyons. You get access to the sand dunes, UTV tours. It's usually less crowded, and Kanab is typically easier on the wallet than some of the other places that you might choose to stay. The third reason why I think Kanab is the place to stay, and something I already talked about a little bit before, but it is the perfect base camp. Just come, set up shop here, and then go out and explore. There's no need to pack and unpack and jump from town to town to town. Because Kanab is so centrally located, the lodging scene here is great. We have all the major hotel brands, plus some of the highest rated Airbnbs in the whole world. There's all different types of Airbnbs, glamping, small resorts, giant cabins. Really any type of stay that you want, you're gonna find it here. Bottom line, wherever you stay, make sure it matches your trip goals. But if you're looking for flexibility, fewer crowds, and easy access to the best of Southern Utah, Kanab's a pretty sweet option. Now you can check out the lodging section of your itinerary. We've got recommendations to fit different budgets and vibes for all the different towns. And hey, no matter where you stay, throughout the rest of this itinerary, I'm going to do my best to make sure that you have the trip of a lifetime. If this video has been helpful to you and you're ready to dial in the rest of your trip with real local insider info, we put together a free 5-day itinerary for Southern Utah that lays out the best hikes, hidden gems, and timing tips. This is the stuff we tell our own friends when they are visiting. And if you want to go full pro mode, we've got a premium version too, with exact drive times, local discounts, and a bundle of bonuses that will make your trip unforgettable. Start with the free one, trust me. It'll save you hours of planning and plenty of headaches. The links are below in the description. Let's plan this trip.